Oh, hello, my lovelies. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. As we last left off, the party wakes up in the morning, all miserable about Pet's demise. Little Wisp took Pet's belongings and tried to run away to Gladefall to fulfill my grand design. Unfortunately, the party found out and used Pearl to track him down. Meanwhile, Gaia, the little flower bitch, brought people from another world, dimension, timeline, whatever it was, into our world to protect Wisp and cure him of my influence. Some druid and his annoying little wife. When they find the little Wisp talking to Pearl, Atlas and the others, who followed Pearl as well, also show up. Atlas immediately casts Lightning Bolt on the new arrivals, which I definitely approve of. Attacking people before you even speak to them reminds me of a certain Owlin Pet ran into. The newcomers, Mato and Anaya, healed their army of pets while trying to explain they were brought here to protect the boy. Wisp, obviously overwhelmed, turns into a dove and flies away. It takes the nerd to convince him to stay and have a conversation. In an emotional conversation, everyone convinces Wisp they just want to protect him, and it's their choice to take the risk if they should die. He eventually agrees. If that comes to pass, he'll do what he originally wanted. How frustrating. I almost had him again. Oh well, next time. Mato and Anaya both agree to help cure the little Wisp of my influence. Once they convince Wisp to come back, Atlas and Nerd separate to go on a date, involving time spent as clouds and ending with a wild time in a maintenance tunnel. The rest of the group go get a bite to eat before returning to the Blackthorn estate, where Malira discusses doing a funeral for Pet in the morning. Saul Reitman shows up to read his will, which informs the party of Pet's menagerie of animals that were once human. Earlier, Glazier contacted Molly through the sending stone they picked up from that guy they killed over in the geysers. Atlas uses it to convince him he was stalking a girl, and that's how he came across the stone. Glazier asks to meet and retrieve the stone, but Atlas doesn't respond after that. Trevor and Mato collect the human animals and head towards the Temple of Thessal to see if she can do anything about them while the rest get high on Mato's weed stash. Good luck. In the meantime, my lovelies, I will be leaving you for a while. I'm quite busy with so many plans. I can't wait for you to see what surprises I have in store. And with that, I think we will move on over to Trevor and Mato, who are heading towards the Temple of Thessal.
Did you hear that too, man?
Yeah, you'll get used to her. She's quite a nuisance.
Who the fuck was that?
That is Abysseria. She's a chaos goddess, more like a headache.
She was the Aurelio guy one, right?
Yes. Yes. He followed her.
Anaya, who was hanging on your arm, as I recall, is like, man, I thought I was just so high.
Well, I mean, we didn't hear anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
He just laughs.
Maybe I am too high.
Yeah, she likes to show up every now and then and cause hell.
So what temple were we going to again? Is there like a temple for all the gods, or is it like a separate temple for each god?
Usually there's one for each. Some will share if they're aligned, but...
All right. I guess I'll look over to Anaya. I guess we should probably get a little bit of an education on who the fuck the gods are here.
I guess so. Kind of matters more here, doesn't it?
Well,
It seems like it. I mean, that one was just talking to us. Like she's
from the one...
So there was a voice in our head.
He
What?
just smirks. Well, from the one who apparently talked to you, I guess, in the other realm, sounds to me more like Gaia. Gaia is a neutral goddess. believes more in balance and, predatory prey. The whole circle of life thing. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about her. I just know she's rather neutral.
Well, if she wants us to help the little dude, I mean, do you know anything more about that at all?
Well, Abysseria has wanted to fuck with him for quite a while, I'm guessing. She seems rather annoyed that she couldn't manipulate him. And it sounds like he was corrupted in some way or fashion. So, guy was probably just looking for a little extra help. Considering he's still young. Everyone wants to make sure he's safe.
Okay. And you continue on. Eventually you do
He's not going to mention anything else out in public. He'll tell you guys more later.
Eventually you do reach the Temple of Thessal. It is this big white and silver, I imagine kind of Roman-esque looking building, the pillars and what have you. And as you enter in, the first thing you see is the statue of a woman holding her arms out in welcome. It would be done in like white marble or something along those lines, and she just has this like warm, pleasant smile and welcoming demeanor as you step inside. And when you get like past that entryway into where they have like the pews for prayers and the actual altar itself, if I recall, it is kind of nighttime, but not like super late. So they are actually kind of in a service at the moment. There are some people there, and you see a priestess in white and silver robes is like standing up at the altar and talking to the masses there.
I think Mato's probably like listening in best that he can, and like I said, he's trying to learn just a little bit here, but he probably gets like a little bit hungry halfway through and like reaches into his pocket, and like I just picture him grabbing something like super crunchy and like biting into it and just making like a really loud like crunching sound as everybody else is like quiet and listening to her try to speak.
As you do that, and Anaya realizes you have some, she totally joins in, fishing in your pocket and grabbing this crunchy stuff, so both of you are just crunching very loudly. A couple of people that were like in the back pews sort of look back, and eventually one of them's like, shh.
Not to be rude, I reach into my pocket and also hand Trevor a handful.
Trevor will try to crunch softer on them, but not refuse them. He just nods to the like person he shushed us.
A little like, as you don't stop crunching, you just add a third person instead, and
I just smile and like offer my hand out with more. I'm just picturing like chips, like not Doritos, but
I am very sneaky. It's like I'm not even here. Crunch.
So when you offer more, are you offering it to this person or like?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I know they want us to be quiet, but I feel like they also maybe want to try one of these.
I love it. No, you know, for a place where you hear the priestess is talking about how we need to have hope and kindness and, you know, help each other, especially through difficult times and, you know, that are ahead. She gives you this like offended look because instead of being quiet, you're offering some. But the person next to her, who has obviously now seen this interaction, kind of just reaches and grabs some from you and starts also trying to quietly crunch. And eventually I didn't write a speech out for this priestess because I kind of just rolled randomly. This was a time, but it is that sort of message where it's focusing on like being kind to your neighbor, because right now kindness is what we need to spread in the world in order to make it a better place, to bring light to the darkness and give hope to those who need it the most. And after that, she would finish the whole thing about how tomorrow morning that they will gladly accept volunteers as they're heading to the more poor district to offer blankets and food for those who are less in need. And you just get that vibe. Like, they're a very merciful, giving church, save for this one person who's annoyed about your crunching. Who I think at this point probably got up and huffed away and moved down a pew to sit like farther away from all of you, which caused its own little scene. But
does the
Trevor leans over. Trevor leans over and whispers, "They're not all like that."
Like what? Like I didn't even
like
notice
that.
all of this.
Does the priestess notice us?
It does look like she did see this going on, but she didn't stop in her speech. She kept going.
I just want to make sure if she saw it, I could offer her some later too.
So giving. But afterwards, as everyone sort of stands and, or actually there'd be a moment of silence so they can all pray to Thessal. And then after that, they all stand and start shuffling out or going different parts of the temple or, talking amongst themselves. Various things that people do after. I don't know, I've never been to a sermon. But in this world, in this sermon, in this church, this is what they do. They intermingle. What do you guys do? Does look like a couple people head up to the priestess, so she does.
Yeah, I'm walking probably right past them. I mean, I am a king. Down peasants. No, I don't say stuff like that. But I do probably like walk up and like I don't interrupt the conversation, but I make it clear that I'm next,
Yeah. So you kind of move past the others waiting in line who are just
Trevor does like the shoulder shrug, like, sorry, he's new here.
I just straighten my crown just a little bit.
Anaya starts dusting off and, actually she has prestidigitation, so she does that loudly and then just casts a spell which unsoils her hands. And, she'll kind of gesture, do you want this too? And well,
I like put out my hands.
Then she'll cast on your hands so they're nice and clean, and
it gets the little bits out of my beard that I didn't notice.
Exactly. And eventually, as the priestess finishes talking to this one person, who's just like, thank you so much for your help. Of course. Thessal's blessing me with you. And they head off, a little surprised about the sudden three of you that weren't there originally, but shuffles past you guys, and this priestess turns to eye the three of you. Eyes Trevor specifically too for a moment, because he is wearing very Atreus getup. But
and he's probably known in the city too, right?
Yeah. I mean, there is a chance she doesn't necessarily know all the Blackthorns. She's, there is it. I guess I'd say the recognition seems to come more from his Atreus outfit at the moment than his face,
He did also recently shave. He now looks like baby.
can I help the three of you?
Yeah, so first off, hello. It's very nice to meet you. My name is King Mato Highleaf. This is my wife, Anaya Highleaf, and I believe you know our really good friend here, Trevor Blackthorn. We have come to you with a couple problems, I think, and we really could use your help and or guidance in a few things.
What sort of problems?
Well, the first one is kind of these guys right here, and I hold out my hands and just show off, like, the, 3 animals? I guess 4 with my familiar on me, but, like, the 3 animals that are all here, and I'm like, so, we, may have inherited a few people, I believe, polymorphed permanently into animals. Abystria may or may not have been involved, but...
Trevor mouths up, most likely was involved.
There's these guys here. Second off, me and my wife here, we don't belong. I think we were sent here by Gaia for a specific purpose, but we really have no idea who she is or who your god is or really any.
They're from another realm.
So we could use a little bit of an education on that, and potentially, like, has this happened before? Do you know, like, is there a way to get us back to where we belong?
Good question. Does she know? Has this ever happened to her before? So she kind of just like, there was one time that I heard of travelers from another realm. I've never had the privilege of meeting them. However, it seems you have a lot to discuss with me, so would you please give me a few minutes? She kind of gestures for one other, the lesser priestesses to come over. I'll have Kara here send you to my office, and I will come join you shortly.
Perfect, Kara. What a pleasure to meet you. Could you tell us all about the gods?
Well, I will do my best to help. Please come this way. And as you guys head off towards the office, you kind of go through a side passage. There's like a hallway with a bunch of doors, but not very far, you get led up to her office. It is a decent size for an office, but it's not like it's full of crazy trinkets and this isn't like
flaunting wealth.
Yeah, this isn't the Vatican, like there's no golden goblets and crosses or anything like that. She has some needed things, like obviously a desk or a filing cabinet, those essentials. And then she does have decorations, but you can tell those are more like her touch and her flavor to the office. It's not like Jay said, it's not flaunting wealth by any means. And,
I definitely messaged Anaya seeing all of this in here, and I'm like, babe, please, can we maybe not fuck with anything in here today?
It's funny you said that because I was literally going to message you about not fucking with anything today.
I think you do say that, and then you hear Trevor, please don't fuck with anything today, right after you send that, but you hear Anaya go like, I guess, but you'll have to make it up to me later.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Just, first impressions and all.
Yeah, but those are the best times to fuck with them.
And
fine.
I really want Kara to stay here, and I want to get a full, or not a full, but as full as she can give me education on the different gods.
Yeah. So she will do that, no problem. I'm not gonna run it all down. You guys got the gods folder, so yeah,
Perfect.
She goes over all of them. She doesn't have like great detail and depth to each one, but at least you can know which ones there are. Of course, like I said, there's also the the other, like, their children and things like that, the lesser pantheon, but she covers the main 12 and their ages, and
I think Mato definitely opens up his, like, probably, like, little travel notebook, and he is taking notes as he's going along. At least, like, he's in a new place. He's trying to learn, and that's what he's tried to do every new place that he's gone to, is try to learn a little bit about it. So he's just doing his best to try and take things down, and his notes are very scrambled, and some of them do not make sense, but he's doing his best.
Do they make sense to Mato?
Oh, 100%. But anybody else reading this is just going to see, like, Abyssria equals chaos, question mark. It's very simple, like, very bullet notes that only make sense to him. And probably Anaya at this point, too, after spending 30 years with him. Yeah.
So with Anaya, too, you can see she is blasted high, trying to pay attention to all of this, and there's a point where she just kind of goes glazed eyes, and you can tell she's gone into her own headspace world, and we'll probably be looking at your notes later. But that is also my ulterior motive for taking those notes. Yeah. Real quick, before the priestess comes, I will kind of swap over to Molly and Altus. You guys are getting,
it's gonna be a moment.
I may be good. 2 dogs just walked in, but they've already done their barking, so...
Okay.
They respond to me barking. I just start barking.
Yeah.
So you guys were getting high on the lawn, the back lawn of the Blackthorn estate. Durellin, I almost called him nerd. Durellin is there too, and he also is high, and Toren is there, but he is just kind of leaned up against the wall or the tree, you know, doing his dark and brooding in the background thing that he does, and doesn't get high, just kind of watches you guys. Probably will pull out a flask and take a couple of swigs, but other than that, like, he doesn't get super high himself. Is there anything that you guys do while you're out here? As Abyssria's mental shenanigans enter your head.
I think for the most part, Molly is just kind of just in her own head thinking about stuff. So she's just laying on the grass, and she just has her, like, hat pulled over her face. Maybe just trying to sleep, but, like, not really able to, because it's just, like, one of those times where it's just, like, you just can't get out of your own head, kind of. So she's just kind of stuck there in that loop for now.
You hear dogs barking somewhere in the distance as a noble seems to have lost control of them. And or sorry, the noble probably wouldn't be walking them. The dog walker or servant of this point. He's like, no, Fluffles. But yeah, I think for the most part too, Durellin's kind of quiet, just watching as the stars start to slowly show in the sky, and then randomly he's just like, think anyone lives up there?
In the stars?
Yeah.
Yes, probably.
You think they have the same gods we do?
No, they're probably the gods' gods. This is fully not my dog or the dog I live with. Being very friendly. I'm like, damn, just jumped right up next to me. Hi, Boo.
That's so cute.
So cute. I love him.
Yeah, so adorable. His name is Caesar. Hi,
Caesar.
I just met you. Hi, Caesar. Yeah, no, I think whatever lives up there is, like, bigger than the gods. And it'll, like, eat the gods one day.
There's a lot of theories that if we did lose the gods, we wouldn't be able to exist anymore.
Would it be bad to not exist if it means the freaking gods are gone?
Kind of like existing. But
Sure.
I also think Maybe. As he's high, and it's taking a bit for him to form words. Maybe it's just propaganda from the gods, so that we don't find a way.
Oh my god, yes. You know, that's sort of like my family. We grew up, but there was no, like, god worship in our house. They sort of were like, we go to church. If there's a wedding, we have to attend, but my parents are just, like, rolling their eyes. So, I don't know. They don't seem very great or helpful. I mean, this one obviously sucks, but, like, what, so every, like, 600 years, death comes down and obliterates everything?
120, but yeah, pretty much.
Wait, is it every 120 years there's a global apocalypse?
No. He was just correcting the years. You said 600. Each age lasts 10 years. There's 12 gods, so every 120, yeah, they end up coming back to their age.
Yeah, that seems stupid. They're supposed to be equally powerful, but then one of them gets the throne. Isn't the point of gods, like in stories, is that they, like, balance each other? But they don't. They're just different dictators, and some of them are nice.
Well, there is supposed to be a cosmic balance that we mortals couldn't possibly understand, but... So, you know, if bad shit happens for 10 years, then it's Thessal's age, and good shit happens for 10 years.
Sure, but to whom, you know? Even when Thessal is here, there's still, like, murder and crime and poverty and dictatorships. So, like, if there's a cosmic balance, it sounds like it's for the gods and not for us, which is why I don't... Who cares?
Well, maybe they're just pawns as much as we are.
Kill them?
I think Molly finally chimes in and kind of like looks out from under the hat a little bit, and it's like, I can think of one or two I wouldn't mind trying that out on.
Right.
Right, well, tomorrow I'll look in the books to find the God-Slayer weapons.
Great. Yeah.
Good idea.
New quest. Murder gods. Perfect. I'm gonna stand
Definitely
up.
gonna need to bring Aurelio back for that one.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand up and sort of like, you know, spin my trumpet like a cowboy in a western and like put it in my sheath. Hey Dorellen, is there like a quiet room in your house? Probably not. I'm looking to play a trumpet where no one will hear me.
Actually, yeah. He gets up and stretches and sort of... Wow, moving makes me realize how much weed I had. And sort of starts a little wobbly heading back into the house to show you.
Cool.
And he'll take you to this little office space. Looks like it's, you know, it's got a desk, and it's not Axel's, even, you know, so you haven't been in here, but as a desk and a bunch of little, like, knickknacks on a shelf and various, like, books on a bookshelf, but other than that, it's pretty simple. And he just, enchanted.
Oh. Got it. Well, thank you. I need a little privacy for a while.
Okay. If you need me. And he heads off.
Great. I think I'm like, okay, it's magically enchanted. I'm still feeling shy and private, and I think he's sort of like anxiously rubbing. He has like a silk little, like, you know, belt that sort of barely holds his shirt in its like extremely revealing shape, and I think he's fiddling with it, anxiously looking around, like still feeling a little insecure, and sort of accidentally, magically makes his silk belt come alive, and it floats up into the air. He learned a new spell, which is rope trick. So he's gonna look and be like, oh. And I'll like pull on the rope, and it's like steady in space, and I'll just climb it. And now I'm in my own little dimensional private box that's invisible. Be like, oh. Shit,
That's
cool. Okay. Good place to fuck or cry or work on music where I can't be judged. But I'll take out my trumpet and just sort of start playing a little something.
Yeah. All right. Molly, as they leave, is there anything that you particularly do, or just still relax there?
I think she's mostly just relaxed. I think, she's in her own head a bit, but I think having Toren around, I don't think she ever... I feel like that's a very, calming and kind of protective presence for her, so she doesn't really feel weird about kind of being defenseless.
Yeah, I think as the others separated, too, you kind of heard him shuffle over and sit nearby, not too close, but close enough. That perfect amount of closeness for the two strong silent types to feel comfortable with, and you just hear him take a couple more swigs out of his flask. But other than that, he doesn't initiate any conversation, and I don't know if you do, but...
No, this is how we bond.
Yeah.
Being silent together.
Perfect. I love it. Then I think with that, we will switch on back over to the Temple of Thessal. As you guys are in the office, and I'm sure you're asking various questions that, Kara can answer about the gods as much as possible. Like I said, she can at least get the general idea and a little bit of history. It's not like she's a historian, so she knows at least some.
Well, and getting the fact that each god rules in different ages, and
yeah.
I think that brings a much bigger understanding to Mato, just at least a little bit on how this world works.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously she has a lot of in-depth knowledge of Thessal, so she would help you a lot more with that, and, sort of describes kind of anything you'd be interested in that regard. But eventually you hear the footsteps approaching, and as the door opens and the high priestess walks in, Kara sort of stops, and she's just like, "Thank you for your help, Kara," and sort of just gestures, and "Of course, priestess." She bows and scurries
Thanks, Kara.
away. You're welcome. And she scurries away as the priestess, which you haven't really gotten her name yet, but she closes the door and moves around to the other side of the desk and sits. And all right, so what would you like to start with?
Oh, let's see. Trevor, any insight? You are from here. I'll give you the floor if you don't mind.
Well, I would love to know if you're able to turn these poor people back.
So, you mentioned that they were turned possibly from Abyssria.
More than likely, yes. I have my assumptions. I'm sure they're accurate.
But I don't know if it was direct from her or if it was through someone else.
Correct.
If that's the case, then hopefully it'll be through someone else, as if it is done by the god, it might take a god to remove it. But, if you please, she moves some space on her desk so you can put them down. I think while you had the lizard there, because he was kind of high and a little, like, out of it, there was times where he'd slowly slide down and you'd have to kind of, like, reattach him to
I think
sit
I'd move him just to the top of my head eventually. And so he's just, like, hanging out up there, like, arms splayed on both sides, just, like, staring and probably blinking one eye at a time.
Yeah, for sure. But, she clears some space so you can put them there, and she will try to cast Dispel Magic. Ooh. Or the first one, anyway, which I guess... Which one would that be? We've got Lizard, Rat, and the other one.
I think I'd put Anastasia up first.
Okay.
After talking with her, it seems like she's been here the longest and might need this.
She'll cast it on the kangaroo rat, and you see a woman pop out of it. Her hair a little askew, and she has some nice looking robes, but they would definitely be completely different style than what you've seen around Port Arbus. Very, like, loose and open, as she's from the desert. So she's, like, in more cooling and airy kind of outfit, and it does look like fine wear though, and she's got some jewelry on that shows that she's at least from some sort of money, as she sort of just plops it on there, and she's just, oh, thank you. She just leaps off and hugs the priestess. Who's just, oh, it's all right. And you don't know how long it's been. And she kind of just starts like crying maniacally here, just so happy to be human again.
How long has it been?
I don't even know. I can't remember how to count. I was a kangaroo. I started thinking like it. Oh, thank you. And she comes over and hugs you, Mato, and Trevor and Anaya. Just like, thank you so much. Stumbles a bit. She has to get used to walking on two legs again. But...
Well, if you need to talk, I've been informed Church of Thessal is very good at hearing people out and helping.
I just want to go home. Please, can you help me get home?
Where's home?
Oh, gods. The desert, the lovers,
Oh, okay. Wow,
What's it called?
Farak?
Yes, Farak, I need to get back home.
Do you have any family you recall?
My father. Whatever it costs, if you could help contact him. So
I will do so.
The priestess casts calm emotions to have her settle a bit, and she kind of takes a few deep breaths.
I'll get all her info, like dad's name, if she can recall, or her last name to where I can at least look it up.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of her thinking, but with the calm emotions, at least it helps. And eventually, the priestess just says, like, as you get all that information and what have you, she's like, all right, we're going to get you in a room here. It's simple, but it's a bed, and it's soft and comfortable. You can have a bath, and in the morning, we will make sure to figure all of this out. But right now, it seems like you need some rest. Thank you so much. Oh.
The bed's gonna be like a fucking 5-star hotel for her after living in a bunker. A little hole in the floor.
A little hole in the dirt, in the sand.
Yep.
And the priestess heads over to the door, opens it, looks back and forth, and eventually, I imagine she has something like message. Can clerics have message? I think they can. Anyway, she casts something to contact somebody, and eventually a person comes, and she sort of has them lead Anastasia away to another room.
And I'll probably just give her, like, a gold piece with my face on it and just be like, best of luck to you. If you need anything, just come to King Mato and we'll make sure you're taken care of.
King, do you need a wife?
Unfortunately, I put my arm around Anaya. I'm like, I am taken, but we could always use somebody at our court.
Yeah, the cohorts.
I think I just want to go home. Thank you so much. And she gets led away. And the priestess kind of just closes the door and, all right, let's see what the others are like. And she will try, which would you like her to try on next?
Not the lizard. He's going to be our last one because I feel like he's going to be the one that gives us the most
I
trouble.
don't blame you.
Yeah, and I mean, like he's drugged up right now, but...
All right. All right, and just barely, she casts on the Tarsier.
Tarsier.
Yeah, and this time, though, instead of doing it on her desk, she places him on the floor next to it so that he's not just shoving her stuff off. And you see there's a little bit of a struggle with this one, but she manages to... It's almost like the last time it was so smooth for her to do, but this one it just feels like there's a little resistance, but her eyes sort of flare up in this white and silver as she focuses and pushes a little bit more, and he pops into the shape of a guy also in deserty clothes, and but also wearing I think he had leather armor, if I recall. I don't, because he was one of the more he was the
whatever
more
the soldiers in Jorah's camp had.
Yeah, he was one of the archers, if I believe, which is why he was so far away to try to run.
Yep,
Didn't work for him.
So, and who might you be?
He just lets out a sigh first, and he's just feels his face. Oh. Looks up at you, and I'm Kevin.
Charmed. No, I'm kidding. Well, Kevin
Takes a moment to sort of stand a little wobbly, but he seems to adapt to it a little faster. He wasn't a Tarsier for as long.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you're in the desert.
Yes. If I could get a help to get back there, I would appreciate it. If not,
Sure.
fine. I just need to get the fuck out of here. And away
Yes,
from
of
you
course.
people.
Now, what were you doing before you were turned into a Tarsier?
I was a nomad from the desert.
I see no reason why Mato would want to insight this.
I know Trevor might.
Roll me an insight.
Uh, 14.
Wrong thing. He's not lying, but there's definitely something he's hiding about it.
Oh, fascinating. So, a tribe. Well, if you were transformed by a person that I had the privilege of knowing, I'm guessing they attacked you in some way. What would have been the reasons?
Violence is in the desert all the fucking time. How should I know?
Yeah.
And to be fair, he probably has no fucking idea why we just attacked them randomly in the middle of the
No,
desert.
I know, but Trevor is just asking. Well, all right, then I'll charter you a boat. Good luck.
Also, you have a room that you can stay here in. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, sure.
Trevor kind of eyes her and messages like, "Are you sure about that?"
She'll respond quietly, you know. We always help those in need, but that doesn't mean he won't be watched.
Okay.
And she will call for a male priest to come and take him away and lead him to a room.
And I'll pull out Bill and I'll hold him just probably pull him off my head, and I'll just be like, so we might have maybe a little trouble with this guy here. I got him pretty drugged up right now, but he seems to be very kill the mimic type. He keeps repeating that over and over and over and over and over again whenever I talk to him and he's not drugged up. No idea what that's about.
That's a strange thing to repeat.
Right?
Yes, it is quite bizarre.
What if it was Mimi? I just blurts it out.
Aya gets kicked in the shin from like steel.
Ow, what the fuck? She kicks you back. She kicks you back with her own heavy armor. Priest just eyes all of this, and well, I would assume a black warden would keep the city safe, and this isn't something we should be worried about.
No.
Then I won't pry on your secrets.
Trevor just kind of like thinks to himself and then messages, I'll just explain it later. To her.
I am curious, but only if you're comfortable. But she gestures to place the lizard on the floor, and for the final roll.
Do you think it might be hostile? Who's asking Mato?
I say yes, and if there's anything I can do, like, I know the spell Dispel Magic, I don't have it prepared right now, but is there any way that I could give her the help action at all?
Yeah, if you'd like. I don't see why not, especially because you know the spell. Kind of add your own little flavor to it.
I think he's just thinking back to probably, like, the last time he and Anaya were out adventuring and she had her mind controlled by something and he had to dispel the magic on her to kind of save all of us from this lich. So he's just thinking back on that as he's just, as she begins to cast her spell, I think Mato probably just, like, channels some of his nature energy into it, and just there's probably, like, I'm picturing, like, she's got, like, some sort of golden circle or something that kind of appears around it, and I picture just maybe some leaves coming around that.
So rather than gold, it's always very white and silver are the two. Like, this is direct, like, she is a cleric officially, given the power from Thessel, so directly from her. And as this sort of, like, symbol in white light of white and silver light appears under the lizard bill, some leaves sort of start forming and swirl around it in this, like, beautiful, kind of blending of nature and holy magic. And
I'm kind of picturing, like, yellow aspen leaves.
Yeah.
Like almost like that color as it's swirling around.
He pops out as this human form. You can see his clothing and his armor is cut up and bloodied, and because I don't think any of that goes away after I think that forms with you when you're transformed into a animal. So he looks like he just came out of battle, and he had this red and green sort of flickering in his eyes that actually kind of seem to pop and fizzle, especially with the addition of help from you adding advantage into it. And he just kind of sits there for a moment before he just collapses laying on the floor.
You all right there, champ?
He doesn't respond. He just stares blankly at the ceiling. Whether it's because he's super high right now or because there's more to it, you can't really tell. Because it's not like the drugs get out of his system.
Trevor's just gonna look over at the priestess and just like, well...
We'll have to help him to a bed, I see. So she calls over 2 strong men with a stretcher, and they come in and sort of help pull him and put him on the stretcher and lift him up.
I think Mato, as he's going out, is just going to give him a little bit of a boost too. I don't know that it's going to help or not. He's cast his 5th level spell slots, but he's going to upcast Greater Restoration at 6th level, and just kind of give that to him and like kind of pat him on the shoulder and just be like, if you need anything, buddy, you know where to find me, or somebody will tell you how to get in touch with me, or something along those lines, and just kind of pat him on the shoulder. Probably all of that.
I think he looks at you and sticks his tongue out like a lizard.
I think I do just that eye blink back to him where it's like one eye at a time.
And they start stretchering him away. Anaya also, while you were doing that, prestidigitates all the blood off of him because ew. And then he gets taken away, and she's just... Well, and tonight I thought it was going to be a regular service. Is there anything else I can help you 3 with?
Well, I don't know.
That should be about it. I'm sure Atreus's people have talked to you about the blood pit down below his mansion.
Yes, some of my priestesses are taking a look at it, but I intend to go and take a look tomorrow morning as well.
Understood. Godspeed.
Do you guys require assistance? Do you want us to come along just in case anything bad happens?
She shrugs and that I will never say no to assistance if you think you can help.
Well, and it looks like we got some plans tomorrow morning. Do you think the kid might want to come?
No, the kid's most likely busy.
I'm kidding.
Well, they got that funeral they're doing tomorrow, so probably not.
I mean, should we go to the funeral? We didn't really know the guy.
I don't care.
That is entirely up to you.
But, I mean, we're supposed to protect the kids, so is it cool? I guess we kind of just left him there today, didn't we? Wow, we're shitty protectors.
I mean, he had enough protection there, it seems like. Like, your family seems pretty tough. I look over at Trevor.
Well, and I know Mimi, no one's gonna get close to him. Same with Molly and Altus.
Okay, then I guess he'd be fine at the funeral, and I don't know, we can probably go and do this shit.
Yes.
Maybe one of us goes to the funeral and one of us goes there to help?
I guess.
Do you want to go and help, potentially? You're more cleric-y than I am, and maybe a little bit better at that restoration-y stuff.
Sure, I could do that. It beats going to a dull funeral, and besides, I think I'd get bored and do something that no one would like, so probably better I go.
Yeah, it is best you would probably go.
Mato was thinking this the entire time, but just didn't want to say it, so glad that she came to that conclusion.
Oh, she has complete self-awareness that she is crazy. That's what happens when you grow up in the Feywild.
So, then I guess our business here is concluded.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. What was your name again? I feel like we got it, but I'm terrible with names.
Actually, I didn't give you my name. It's Aloria.
Aoria?
Aloria. I will put that
Aloria.
in.
Well, Grand Priestess Aloria? Is that High Priestess? What do you go by?
High Priestess.
High Priestess Aloria, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for your help. We're really not sure what the hell we're doing here, but we're going to be trying to figure it out. If you need anything, you can come to me or my wife, and we'll be sure to help you out.
I appreciate it, but it sounds like you probably need more help than I do. You mentioned you were from another dimension or world of some sort.
Something like that. That's our assumption, at least.
I haven't had as much experience with it. If you are more curious about that sort of thing, I recommend speaking to Continuum. And that is generally his domain. Or one of his followers, of course. Difficult to speak to the actual god, especially during Abyssria's age.
Well, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for I try to pray to Atreus, and then I hear, kill the child, he's evil. Right.
Oh, speaking of that, can you show me where the Gaia temple is on the way out of here? I'm talking to Trevor as we're leaving.
Is there a Gaia temple here in the city?
Yeah, it's just this big giant open park that
It's Aurelio's house.
Right.
There's that one too, but you don't really know about it. But yeah, there is a space that they just have a big, like it's a really big, one of those like forest trail parks. You know, it's a big, nature-y park.
Yeah, I'll lead you there in just a moment. If you could give me a moment with the High Priestess.
Yeah, of course. I'll give him like a little salute. Like, it's fake, you can tell, but he's trying.
Yeah.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and Naya just elbows you as they walk out.
And I go out with Anaya just specifically, like, probably pulling her into a corner to, like, make out. That way I could distract her from drawing dicks all over the statues.
Yeah, it's a good call, because as you stepped out and all of this is happening, she's starting to get bored, and you notice her vision sort of wander off, like, at some of the fancy vases and things they might have down there, and as you yank her over, she's like, what? Oh, okay. And you guys start making out in the corner.
Now that we're a lone secret lover. No, I'm kidding.
I thought you'd never ask. No.
Right.
How can I help
Trevor
you?
will fill her in on me and then explain that it's basically got the sentience of a child, or like maybe a 11-year-old or 12-year-old.
Fascinating. I never knew mimics could become sentient like that.
Yeah, neither did I. It's very interesting. You know, I've got this. He's gonna hold up Atreus' sword. It vibrates around evil. It does not vibrate near Mimi.
Well, that's good news.
However,
I imagine,
it
though,
vibrated.
if he has...
Oh, go ahead.
If it has the intelligence of a child, it would need guidance to continue on the correct path.
Exactly. However, it did vibrate when the desert guy walked by me, so just, you know, do with that what you want.
She kind of nods. Thank you for letting me know. And we'll take precautions.
And, you know, if you want, like, maybe an Atreus guard, maybe you should just let it be known.
He smiles. Don't worry. I know just the one.
He bows. Well, have a good one. I'm gonna go make sure they're not destroying everything.
They seem like interesting people.
I mean, good. They're just odd.
If you do
that's
find
what we
out,
get a lot.
if you do find out more about the world or how they ended up being here, I'd be curious to know, if you wouldn't mind sharing.
No, I'd let you know, of course.
Thank you. Enjoy your
Bow
evening.
and then walk out and immediately look for them to make sure they're
You
not
see
like,
them in
destroying.
a corner somewhere making out.
All right, you can suck face around Gaia. I'm sure she'd love that.
Anaya just does the... Honestly, that just makes you fucking think of Aurelio when he was getting married. But then eventually they stop making out and... Okay, we can go play with your trees.
Let's go.
And as they head towards the Gaia Park Temple, just a quick check-in with the others. Are you still... anything new that you'd like to do? Start with Molly. Just gonna sit there in the grass.
Yeah. I guess she might eventually have a conversation with Toren.
Alright.
So I think she'll kind of finally sit up and just put her hat on right and just look at him and say, you ever think, what you might have done with your life if you hadn't joined the Depraved Thrill?
I think that shit started with me long before the Depraved Thrill takes a swig.
Yeah, but you were still, with them for a long time, right? I'm not sure how many years, but longer than me, obviously.
Yeah. When did I join? 20, I think. Somewhere around there. 18, 20.
Like, 20 years ago, or?
You're sweet. No, I'm in my 40s. 46.
You were a soldier before that, right?
He nods.
You don't really talk about that much.
Not much to say. Stupid war, meaningless war. For meaningless reasons, meaningless deaths.
Yeah. So I guess to you, the Depraved Thrill wasn't really that much different then.
I figured if I had to go around killing people, I might as well make some money doing it.
Yeah.
And you know how they kind of sweet talk you in just the right way.
Yeah, I do.
Seems you're smarter than me, though. Got out sooner.
Well, I also almost died, so, how much smarter am I really? And I'm going after them now, I guess, so I think that might make me an idiot.
Well, guess it cancels each other out, and you're kind of just even.
I'll take that. You can stay here, or back in Lancaster. You don't have to go with me.
Sure I do, Molly.
I mean, obviously I'd love to have you, because I can rely on you, that's for sure. I just don't want to lose anyone that I care about. And you'd be one of those people, so...
I ain't all that good, Molly. You shouldn't care too much.
You keep saying that, but... my memories of you are too fond for me to believe that fully, so...
I've done a lot of bad shit. And I knew what I was doing while I was doing it.
I mean, the same's true for me. You think that means I can't ever be a good person?
Well, guess if you asked any of the others, they'd probably argue there's always redemption or some bullshit like that.
That they would. Maybe they're just starting to rub off on me.
Fucking weird people. But they seem good.
Yeah, I mean, I used to think that some of the folks that ran with the Depraved Thrill were weird, but
You know,
these last few weeks have been crazy.
I don't know. Maybe there is hope for a scumbag like me too.
Well, if I've gotten you to admit that much, then I'm making progress here. And she just kind of gives him like a sly smile.
Why would you care so much about this old shit?
Well, I just feel like you taught me how to survive. I don't know that I would have made it in the Depraved Thrill without you, so...
Also done some really bad things, Molly. You don't know.
I don't need to.
Just downs the rest of his flask.
Molly will just kind of let the conversation taper off.
Well, Altus says you are in your little dimensional space in a silenced office practicing your horn or trumpet. Is there anything that you...
Yeah, after an hour, I emerge from it and I have 2 different sheets of parchment that I've written things down on. I'm going to walk over to wherever Mimi is.
Okay. I think Mimi would be, honestly in the room where Aurelio's body is being kept. You would see Elia and Willow are also there, but it seems like they have fallen asleep against a cushiony Mimi. But notably, you notice Mimi has eyes on these cushions staring at Aurelio's body with eagerness.
Hey, Mimi.
Yes?
Hey, knock knock. Wait, quick question. Are you...
I could be a door. Oh, but then they would wake up.
What?
So you could knock, because you said knock knock.
Oh, yes. Well, I could just knock on you anyway. Does this tickle?
Yes.
Good.
Some
Are
tentacles
you
come out to
planning
tickle you.
Are you going to stay here when we leave? I feel like the city needs a shop like yours.
Why would I stay?
Oh, I thought I had heard someone say that. I mean, you are so strong, but we don't want you to get hurt.
No,
It's
I
getting
have
a
to...
little heavy on the road, okay?
Well, I travel all over the place to sell my wares. I don't stay in one city.
Okay.
And he looks down at Willow and Elia, but he's just like, and I have to keep little Willow safe. He is my bestest best friend.
Okay, sure. I must have
Plus,
gotten
if Willow
something
dies, I really want to know what a unicorn tastes like.
right. Pretty good, probably. Sparkly. Carbonated, maybe.
The cushions just nod.
Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, you should definitely come with us. You're very powerful, so it will probably be dangerous.
A bunch of smiles appear on different cushions. Thank you!
Okay,
you
sure.
are powerful too!
Yeah, sure. Thank you for saying that. Sort of. Not as powerful as you. Speaking of, you can pretty much create any magic item up to a certain power, right?
Oh, I wish I could do that. No, I just have a lot of stuff.
Great. Hey, same thing to me. Okay, don't tell anyone, Mimi. This is a secret between you and me. I'm just gonna put my list, I don't know, on Mimi somewhere.
You put it on, like, I don't know, his cushion, and it just kind of becomes fleshy and molds into him as he takes it. And okay, I will look for these things.
Great. Okay, let me know.
One item pops out. There's one.
Great.
There's another.
Awesome.
Oh, you have to pay me, though.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. Don't worry. I have basically unlimited wealth.
So for the rest of the night, like this little bit of time, it takes probably about 10 minutes of him going, okay, here's another. Okay, here's another.
Sweet.
And he just kind of like dumps it down as you have to pick them all up. The bag of holding is the last one, so you're just got this pile of stuff.
Thank you so much, Mimi. I'll just take just a huge bag of gold. Just like a watermelon.
I think like 5 tentacles just wrap around it as all his eyes widen and a bunch of grins and smiles of varying shapes and sizes appear on him. Best sale ever!
Great. And there is a 25% tip as well.
More tentacles pat you on the head and then more come and pull you into a cushiony hug.
Oh, Mimi. Hey, real quick. What do you do with the gold? Do you eat it? Are you going to spend it on something?
Oh, I put them in my bags of holding.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, just out of curiosity, I hope you never die. But just like Aurelio said that you could eat him if he dies, if you die, can I have all of your gold?
He goes, well, I was going to give it to Willow. I will have to split them.
No, give it to Willow. That's better. I have so much money already. But honestly, okay, Mimi, one more secret between you and me, okay?
Okay.
I might not... I wanted to buy this from you now because I might not be rich for very much longer. I finally have a good idea of what to do with my money, so we'll see. Thank you for the sale.
Okay, thank you for buying. Thank you for coming to Mimi Cree's infamous Emporium. Please come again.
Love you, Mimi. Mwah.
I love you too.
Cool.
And
I'll walk out to find Molly.
Molds into himself as you leave. Oh, you can eat me if I die, though. So can everyone else.
Oh, how will you taste?
I don't know. I've never eaten myself before.
Okay, maybe if you get so bored, sort of a fun little new experience to have.
A tentacle comes up and his eyes kind of eye it, like curiously.
No, Mimi, don't do it. I was joking.
Ha 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 ha.
Great.
And you head out to find Toren and Molly quietly sitting in the grass.
Wow. You guys do anything fun?
We talked a bit.
No shit. Really? I didn't know you guys were allowed to do that. I thought you just sat with your sort of shared unspoken trauma.
We did that too.
I mean, we did a lot of that too.
Okay, yes. Well, that figures. Well, oh my god, Toren. Sorry, I forgot you were here, so this is going to be very awkward. Well, also, Molly, you see, I'm trying to find the list right now. Hold on. Okay, Molly, you see that Altus is absolutely kitted out. He has bright golden sunglasses on, and he has like sky blue silk gloves with a like glowing rune of giants on them. He has a new bag at his side. He's wearing a like strip of golden metal around his head. He's got some boots that look very lightweight, and a new little horn on his side, some other things. He walks up to you, Molly. Are you guys still like sitting on the grass?
Yeah, I think we're just kind of like... What were you going to say, Sarah?
Yes, I imagine they still are.
Yeah. Cool, I go and flop down next to Molly and I say, okay, I have several presents for you. First, I take out a bag of... Basically, it doesn't matter. I've discussed with the DM that this is just an effect you could have from now on. So maybe like 5,000 bullets. Okay, so I heard that if you hit someone with these, it will knock them over. That seems pretty fun. So here's that for your guns.
Oh my god. Just at the heft of it like goes down in her hand.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then 2 other like smaller bags. This is like 2 sets of 20 plus 1 ammunition. So sort of you could choose between... The first is called walloping ammunition. So you could kind of like have 1 magazine of each, or like choose what you want to load your gun up with every day. But there's like plus 1 or the walloping. I'm going to take out... have I heard Molly talk about her cowboy hat? Like, is it a beloved piece of, something she's had a long time?
I don't think that she's ever talked about it, but I do think it was given to her by Toren when she was in the Depraved Thrill. But what I imagine is like it was really big on her at the time because she was just like small and she's like almost grown into it.
I love that detail. That's so sweet.
I don't know how to take that as an improviser. I think Altus takes out a cowboy hat and then immediately blushes, being like, oh wait, I have no idea what her she has a cowboy hat. It's probably like her greatest friend. But I take out...
I will say the one that she has now, I think, is pretty worn. I mean, the last thing that she did while wearing it was swim in a lake of blood, and I think that it's seen better days, so...
Great. You absolutely decide what this hat looks like, but I pull out a very nice new cowboy hat and sort of offer it to you. I hope this is okay. This feels like buying someone jewelry.
This is beautiful. I love this.
This is just a reflavored Helm of Awareness, so it gives you advantage on initiative. And then 2 other things.
God.
I pull out some like sort of steampunky goggles, or you can absolutely decide what they look like, but they're Eyes of the Eagle, which gives you advantage on perception, and you can see things at great distance as if you were like, it's things as small as like 2 inches. Basically, you can see details of things from really, really far away. No idea when that'll come up, but that. And then I'll pull out a little like bolo tie that has sort of a like magical looking brass eye on it, and I'll say, okay, this one requires you to sort of attune yourself to it, so to speak. I don't know if you want it, but since we did send to Glazier, I'm sort of suddenly very frightened that you are being spied on or tracked, so if you put this on, it will make you invisible to all of that.
Damn, you put a lot of thought into this. Thank you, Altus.
I did. Of course. Anytime. We have Mimi, so we have a traveling shop with us, so literally anytime.
Well, it means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yes. I want you to be able to murder people very well, and also to not die. The 2 genders, dead and alive.
This stuff should come in handy.
Cool. I gaze fondly at Molly for a second, sort of glance over at Toren.
Toren's
Hey.
been side-eyeing all of this, but when you glance over, he actually kind of gives you a bit of a nod. You know, just approval.
Great. Cool.
Seems like Molly's important to him, too.
Yes.
Even though you didn't give him anything, he doesn't care.
Sort of suddenly feeling a little awkward about that, and also suddenly feeling very vulnerable of like, ooh, I just did something really nice and vulnerable for this person I've only known for like 4 days. And he's sort of like, okay, well, I'm going to go.
Going to go find your new boyfriend? He takes a drink and then remembers it's empty.
Definitely not my boyfriend. Do you want me to refill that?
Sure.
Great. I take it and I go and I find the strongest alcohol in the house.
There's definitely a lot of wine, so I'm sure you avoid that, but
Yeah.
I imagine Axel's got some hard shit that he keeps in his own little
Oh, hell
private
yeah.
area that you find.
Yeah, I break into his liquor cabinets like a teenager.
Yeah, I mean, all his kids are adults, so he doesn't necessarily have it locked, but
Okay.
he doesn't expect anyone to just go in and steal it without talking to him, so
Yeah.
it's
I
perfect.
take the
You just grab
nicest
it.
bottle of whatever he has.
You do.
Yeah.
You definitely do, and it is some really top shelf. I don't know
Right.
if it would be whiskey or rum or.
Scotch. Lagavulin.
It is Scotch. Top shelf Scotch.
I fill the flask with it and I go back out to Toren and I say, I have a gift for you too! Look at this nice Scotch. I have been thinking of you all along.
Fuck, I'll take Scotch. And he eyes
Great.
you give
So-
him the bottle.
Yeah.
He eyes it and kind of just does one of those
Great.
like approving nods and takes a drink.
And now Axel will think that you stole it from him if he finds out.
I'm pretty sure if I tell him it was you, he'd know.
Yeah, probably.
So, speaking of Derelin, is he gonna stay behind?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Relieved, to be honest. It's a lot
Yeah.
of pressure. He keeps saying, like, we've known each other our whole lives, but, like, for the last 27 years, it's been, like, Lord Altus, and that's it. Like, at a party every couple months. So, really, I've spoken to him for 3 or 4 days, and I like him, and I like certain things about him. But I don't really want to invite someone I've been on one date with to travel indefinitely around the world with me. And honestly, more importantly, like, I have been thinking about this. I don't know if you guys were thinking, but Strix was not just like a murderer. He's been puppeting the monarchy and the whole city. So there's like centuries of corruption to uncover, and you know, who knows how many merchants and lords and ladies are actually like horrible mafia members that need to be rooted out. Essentially, there is 200 years of paperwork that needs to be analyzed. And I was like, oh my god, the perfect person for it, Derelin.
Yeah, it is nice to know that the Blackthorns are here to kind of clean up the mess.
Yes. Oh, and I have some ideas for the house.
Yeah?
Ooh. I don't know if I should. Well, I have some pretty discreet ideas, but broad strokes. I just keep thinking how big that house was, and the alley cats, and how many of them were just like starving and like without shelter. And so I'm thinking not only make it a place for people to sleep, but make it like a community. Like that huge ballroom had never been used. You could have local vendors and farmers and merchants, rotate in and out every week so that the people who live there are getting free food from the best street food people in the city. My inheritance or trust fund or whatever the DM says I have could be paying each of these vendors to do this service. There could be gardening classes and herbalism classes in the greenhouse. My father and my sister could come and perform music and teach people about writing and painting and songwriting. There is so much, good to be shared, not just with shelter, but, there are skills we can give people. Let's help people who are in poverty, and let's also help them gain things that will make them more self-sufficient, connect them, have a job board, that type of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's really clever, and I can tell that you put a lot of not just thought, but also your heart into it. Yeah, I think those are all great ideas. I mean, not only are you addressing the need that we've seen in this city since we've came here, but also starting to address some of the, systemic things that are keeping that need here. So that's awesome.
Thank you. It feels a little like cheating that I'm like, this is what I'm going to do with my money. My life has been purposeless, and now I know. And I'm going to message my family and be like, so I'm leaving, but you guys do this. Here's a vague outline and my money. Good luck with the administration.
Well, I haven't met your parents, except for maybe that one time, but I can so see them really enjoying this, so.
I think they would. They've been sort of layabouts as much as me, and that's fun, but I'm like, you've shared your gifts with the rich people. Play your beautiful music for poor people.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was thinking we call it Lorathian Bastion.
I like that. Well, I guess still need to run it by Trevor, but I can't see him having too much, negative to say about that. Mm-hmm. In fact,
no, fuck the poor. They're only good for getting beaten. Eat them all. I'm just kidding.
Grind them into a paste.
You're hungry, right? You help the poor by making them disappear.
Yes. Look at the percentage that we lowered the poverty rate in this city.
Yeah, for real. Zero poverty. I'll just kick back on the grass and look up at the stars and join their moody silence.
Yeah.
I think after a while, as they're just kind of silently there, Altus is so used to having so much noise and, from himself, if from no one else, so...
Rude!
I mean, but, I would like to think that he sort of sees why the silence is also good in this moment, as you just sort of sit with friends and relax, knowing you can trust the people next to you. Well, maybe not Toren, because he forgets about him all the time, but...
I don't know that guy. I've never seen him before in my life.
Either way, then we'll move back on over to the others as you are heading to the big Gaia Temple, which is the large park that Gaia had teleported you all into, so you recognize it immediately when you get there.
Yeah, I think Mato probably just like asks Anaya if she wants to come, but he kind of wants to take a moment alone. And I think he'll probably wander off if she's okay with him going in alone and just work his way into the forest. And as he makes his way in there, I think he's just trying to like meditate a little bit and kind of connect with nature. And as he's walking through, he's just like, "Hey, so I think we found who you wanted us to find, and we're going to do our best to protect him. And I think we also found those 3 other things that you wanted us to find." And you'll laugh about that, and you'll say, we'll do what we can. And if you need anything else, or if you have any guidance for me, please just reach out.
Make me a nature check.
And then perception.
19 on the die plus 9, so 28.
Oh wow, yeah. First to say, I think after being with you for 25 to 35 years, because she doesn't remember the year, she understands when you want to be alone in nature and has let you go off at this point, because her insight's pretty good. She's wild and chaotic, but it doesn't mean she's mean or cruel. She's the fun chaos, not the...
Plus, that gives her time to bond with Trevor.
Yeah, so she definitely, like, when you asked and she kind of saw you, she's like, no, you can go, and probably gave you a kiss and swatted you on the ass as you were heading in.
Oh, yeah.
And with that, as you went in and sort of meditated and connected to nature here, there is a bit of a, I'd say especially in this spot, almost like this stronger bond with nature that you're not as familiar with. You obviously have a very strong bond with it. You're a high-level druid. That's normal. But there's just something about it, especially here in the spot, that worships the goddess of the planet itself. There is like this connection that's just so deep. It's deeper than you've ever like felt. A mix of this serenity, but also primal feelings. And as you are kind of asking for guidance and what to do next, there's a breeze that just picks up unnaturally with a scent on it that, especially with your 28, you get more of a feeling of what it could mean than you actually physically hear or see. And it just, you get that sense of just like, protect him. And then the wind turns north and starts heading in that direction. And you get that sense of, and bring him north. But no words, just the feeling.
Yeah, and I think he just leans into that feeling, and I think after kind of hearing that, he probably like puts his back up against a tree that he was probably sitting upright against, but now he just like leans into it and probably like takes his shoes off, feels the roots at his feet, like, you know, rubs his, you know, toes through the dirt, and just really sinks in and enjoys this moment with nature. And if you'll allow it, I just want to cast like plant growth here and just give it a little bit of a boost.
I was actually going to say some flowers kind of spread a little bit around you anyway, as you seem to have this rooted connection to it, and with the plant growth added to it, it almost like goes in and flourishes even more than it should into the ground and into the space, and a lot of the trees kind of have a bit of a rustle to them, and you hear a couple of birds chirp a little, like surprised but happy. Like they all just, this whole space has a sense of like happiness to the added strength of the forest. And
I think with that, he'll return back to Anaya and Trevor, but
yeah. So
I feel like there's a scene there first.
Yeah. Before you head back after Anaya swats Mato on the ass and he disappears into the woods, Anaya looks to you, Trevor. So, like, what's your deal?
I'm a rather simple person.
She tilts her head.
I used to solve crimes.
That's cool.
Now I found a new belief to believe in and just pursuing that venture right now, trying to assist my recently acquired friends in what their endeavors are.
Yeah, but crime solving? That sounds like fun. I did that for a while.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, I gained far too grand of an ego while doing it, lost sight of the real reason I did. So I'm kind of reinventing myself. Midlife crisis and all.
You don't look that old. She kind of comes right up to your face, like tilting her head back and forth looking for wrinkles.
He kind of sways back a little. Yes, I know. I don't seem that way, but I feel it sometimes.
Are you like an elf? Do you live longer? You don't, and she moves your hair to see your ears.
I am not an elf. No.
Since you're half, I actually imagine you'd have like the half-elf ears, you know, a little bit more pointy than normal, but you definitely take on more of the features of being in whatever you are. I can't remember the name.
The ASMR. I gotta whisper now. No.
The ASMR.
Yep.
Oh, you're half, like Mato.
Yes. Yes, I am. He kind of shuffles back.
You know, I used to be human. Then I was getting really old, and that sucked.
Yes. Aging does suck.
So Mato has this way, though, that, you know, after I die, he can resurrect me into a different body. So we kind of had to kill me. And then I came back an elf. Well, it took a couple tries. But, you know, we did it. And now she pulls her hair back to show the pointy ears. See? Elf. But I kept all my features, which is cool, because I like them. My eyes spiral and it confuses people.
Rather creative. He's just looking down at his sword. Is it vibrating?
No.
You're an oddity.
Thanks.
And I mean that in a good way, yes.
I don't care. I like being odd and weird. It's fun. Way more fun than being boring and stuffy.
You would love Vestia.
Okay. I don't really have to worship gods. A lot of people keep saying, oh, you're a cleric, you have a god doing it. But I don't. I just had superpowers.
You don't have to worship anything. I mean, she likes to just party in her town and drink.
I mean, that sounds fun, but I don't really drink.
Oh, well, she partakes of other sources as well.
I do like Mato's weed.
So, wonder how long you're here for. I wonder if, like, once you do your quest, do you go back, or are you just now stuck here?
I hope so. We're fucking going there so that I can figure out where my mom was, and, well, we kind of got whisked away here, so, you know.
Understood.
Which, side note, Canyon, I do believe Greater Restoration fixes the memory loss, which both of you have, and neither of you have tried on her.
I've kind of burnt myself out on the greater restorations looking at other people trying to get him there.
No, I know, but you've been with her for 30 years, so or more than, actually. I think the both of you, like, would have never thought to try it on her for that.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, back to the scene. So, yeah, anyway. What do you guys do for fun?
Me mostly drink, but I don't know. I'm sure Altus knows all the fun party places here, but let's just say morale's a little low lately.
Oh, yeah, because your friend died.
Yes. So
you tried, like, bringing
sure
him back? Because, like, I mean, I can bring people back.
my old man tried, and if he couldn't, then I don't know. Abyssria is kind of a bitch. Abyssria does what Abyssria does.
Okay.
So she prevented it, I'm guessing.
She's the chaos one right now, right?
Yes.
Oh, well, that sucks. I'll give it a try when I get back, though, just in case maybe being from another world is, like, you know, special.
I don't know about that. Altus may be a bard. Romance is his thing, but lately, wondering if he's going to become a barbarian. He's been pretty rageful, so I maybe wouldn't trigger him.
Why would that trigger him? I'm trying to help. Although the guy did fucking shoot lightning at us when we first met.
I mean, to be fair, contemplated it. He just smirks.
That's rude. Don't even say hi. Or like, you know, hey, are you bad or trying to eat people? You just do it?
He's like, by the way, this is not a motion to say hello in our world. And he holds up his middle finger.
Oh, I know that one. She holds it back to him.
Yes, just in case anyone tries to pull a fast one on you guys.
Hi,
My
I guess
deviant
something's...
brother and all.
Yeah, it would be him. I guess some things are universal in whatever worlds and stuff.
He laughs and nods. Maybe hold a day or two back on the whole, let's go party and have fun.
I mean, I wasn't gonna invite you guys, because you guys are all miserable, and, well, that'd be a drag.
Good, we're all on the same page.
Oh, how long has it been? It's like 5 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, that's not an answer.
Well.
You don't go, how long has it been? Yes.
Yes. That's how long it's been. You should probably go check on him, make sure he's okay.
No, he wanted to be alone.
Oh, got you. Lucky me. He's gonna just kind of admire the, like, park.
Yeah, it is
Walk
beautiful.
over and chill under a tree. Admire the roses. Yes, they're so beautiful.
Eventually, you see she just starts, like, going to find things to do, picking up rocks, juggling them for a few moments before they all crash and fall on her head. And, you know, things like that, just entertaining herself loudly. And eventually, I think Mato comes back from this, from his time in meditation. And almost in this way, like some of the shrubs will part ways for him to leave and make it easy for him to walk through.
You'll just see like little bits like growing on him too, or there's like little leaves that have fallen like on his robe, and he just hasn't like shaken them off or anything yet.
Maybe some flowers, because Naya sees you. She's like, "Ooh, pretty," and runs over to smell them.
Trevor's gonna laugh and wave at them, and he's gonna message Mato. I trust you guys know your way back. I'll
You were
give you some
muted there for-
time if you want to meander.
You were muted there, Canyon, for that last part.
I think he just pulls one off and hands it to her.
Okay.
And just says, "My lady."
Thank you, good sir. And she sniffs it and puts it in her hair.
And Trevor, what were you saying? Sorry. I was paying too much attention somewhere else.
No, you're fine. Trevor just kind of waves nonchalantly and starts walking away and messages you, and he's like, I trust you know your way back to my manor if you wish to meander with her for a little bit.
I mean, I don't know. You want to go back to the place, or do you want to try and find our way around town? You know how much I love towns. I just roll my eyes and shrug.
He just laughs.
No, we can go back. That's okay. Besides, I was thinking of trying to, bring back their dead friend. So.
Well, yeah, it's worth a shot. Let's go try it out.
Unless you want to go around town and see if they have any, caged animals or something.
I feel like he would know. I point at Trevor as he's walking down, towards the end of the alley.
Unless it's, super secret. Maybe he doesn't know.
I'm in. Let's go.
I don't think he knows what time is. So I was asking him how long it was, and all he said was yes.
Well, where do we start?
The black market.
Let's find the black market then.
You guys go to find the black market.
The cops are gonna show up scruffing both of them. Do these two belong to you? Yes. Yes, they do.
You say that like we're gonna get caught.
Yeah, exactly.
They released the chickens from the chicken shack. God damn it.
Alrighty. So
investigation, perception.
I'd say yeah. Let's do an investigation, which isn't great for Anaya. I think I'll give her advantage because she has Thieves' Cant, so she can look for any weird markings or signs.
17.
So I think she got too busy looking at a scratch mark trying to decipher if it was some sort of hidden Thieves' Cant that she doesn't notice as you found some, I don't know, you found some person sneaking through the alleyways and got her attention, and you guys sort of follow this person and eventually find a little black market section in some alleyway somewhere. And let's see what they have. As you guys look through, for now, I'm sure you kind of let her take the lead on, trying to
Navigate?
find.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
he's as much in the shadows as he can be.
yeah. So make me a stealth check, and I will make her.
Actually, you know what? I think
Persuasion.
he actually probably had transformed into a venomous snake, and he's just wrapped around her arm.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. So she'll just hold you up, all like, "Look at my snake," and I'll make her.
I'm talking to her, and I'm like, "Don't fucking no! Put me in your pocket! No, pull your sleeve up."
Oh, but I wanted to be a cool poison snake lady.
Later.
Fine. She just pulls her sleeve up more and hides you. And let's see, persuasion to get around. Fuck. Yeah, she gets stonewalled, and eventually I think some rough guys start trying to come over to kick her out of their little black market area and maybe shake her down, and that probably initiates a fight. You guys are very high level, and these are just thieves in an alley that, she gladly went with them. So I feel like there's no point to roll out a combat here. You kind of beat them.
I think if anything, like, Mato is not trying to hurt anybody. If anything, he's using, like, entangle or something like that, like, to hold them in place and, like, keep them from attacking us, and just maybe pin them all up against a wall, interrogate them, and then lead them back to what they do.
So with that, we will make, do you want to make an intimidation? Do you want her to try? And we could do one and then the other gives advantage, or...
Yeah, I'll try it out.
Alright, she'll give you advantage by helping.
So that's going to be 18 with advantage.
Alright. With intimidation, especially entangling them up against the alley walls, and then she comes up with a flail is what she fights with, and, just looking imposing behind you. Eventually, they're like, all right, whatever the fuck you want. And I'm sure you ask about animals specifically, and they do seem to have a place that sells some, not weird, like, nothing like displacer beasts or anything like that. Just smaller critters that people can use for whatever they need, like for sacrifice or for like bizarre spells or whatever they might need to use these animals for. So they will point you down to that area.
Somehow, I don't know how at all, but there's a hole that just opens up in the back door there, like in the back side of that place, and all the animals just do go running free into the city.
Yes, of course. Magically, these animals somehow escape into the city. A bunch of random rodents, birds, and rats escape. And as you guys are on that little adventure, I think we'll switch on back over. And Trevor, you make your way back to the Blackthorn estate. Do you do anything in particular, or do you just head to bed?
So I think he said that he had to drop.
Yeah.
So I guess probably heads to bed.
He heads to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's praying all night again.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did
That's
have
what I
exhaustion.
used to tell my parents when I was a teenager.
Yeah. He did have exhaustion, to be honest, so I'm sure he just goes off and and just crashes. So in that case, back to Molly, Altus, and Toren, as you guys are all sitting there. I think eventually just kind of gets late, and I imagine at some point you go to bed. Do you opt to get the Mimi bed, or do you opt to go to the rooms that the Blackthorns have provided for you?
For Molly, I feel like she anticipates that it'll be her room and Mimi for the next few days after this. So while she can have a nice large bed, she's going to take that option.
Yeah. Get your own little bathroom and everything. So, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And I do neither. I obviously go to Dorellin's room.
Of course.
Open the door without knocking. Is he there?
Yeah, he's in his room. He looked like he was reading something at a desk he has in there, but has kind of fallen a little asleep there. Cool. And much like that office he brought you to, you get the sense that was his office, just judging from the similar decorations in here. He's got a lot of little, like, knick-knacky figurines on. He's got his little action figure collection.
His Funko Pops.
But he doesn't, I mean, he has some of the usual things you'd expect a wizard to have as well, like an astrolabe and whatever, but he also has these other little, like fun little figurine knickknacks that he seems to have made out of different materials, like some out of stone, some out of wood, some out of, you wouldn't really know, but just for your sake.
I'm not paying that much attention.
Yeah.
I take that in and I'm like, oh, that's cute. Fun to see a little dose of his personality. And I'll walk over and, like, squeeze his shoulders lightly to wake him up just a little bit, and lean down with my head, like, next to his ear. Do you know the mending cantrip?
I do.
Okay, great. I pull him up and throw him on his bed. And fade to black. And we do. I make sure to break his bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
He casts the silence spell, so no one has to wake up to you guys.
No.
He just mouths my
break
parents.
His concentration. I break his bed and his concentration. Your parents know you are an adult, and they know my reputation, so let's prove them right.
He's embarrassed and flushed, but goes with it. And yeah, you guys, you break things.
Hell yeah.
And with that, everyone can take a long rest, as eventually Anaya and Mato would come back. Anaya will try to resurrect Aurelio. Obviously, it doesn't work, but worth a shot, you know.
So I had a couple things that I wanted to try and do. So on the way back, I'm saying to Anaya, just like, hey, so we should probably go find like Shooty Lady and Giant Music Man and then the armor guy here pretty soon, right?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of late. Don't you think they'll be in bed?
You hear a crash from Darellin's room.
We know where they're staying, so we should probably head that way. And I think he did you see my DM that I sent you? We don't have to roleplay that out unless you want to.
Oh, yeah. No, we can.
Yeah, so I think after they had set those animals free, he's like using his speak with animals, and he's like trying to go up and like talk to some of the ones that he had set free, like any of the ones that are maybe like circling back or like trying to interact with him at all. And he's just like, hey, so I've got like this little friend. He's like a friend of Gaia. He's a druid too. He can talk to you guys. I think he needs a friend right now. Somebody he was really close to just died, and I think he's really sad, and I think he could use a friend. Is there anybody who wants to come along and hang out with him?
Make me a persuasion check.
Right,
or an animal handling, whichever.
I got a 22 for the persuasion on there.
Okay. Oh yeah, I rolled. I see that now. So yeah, you do, and you get exactly what you wanted to find. A little mouse and a bird comes over. The little mouse is this cute little white mouse with a red nose, and it just hops over like, I'll be his friend if there's cheese.
Oh, I think he's got cheese.
Yummy. And it climbs up
What's
on
your
your
name?
He squeaks.
Squeaks. Love it.
And a bird also will head on over. Actually, a larger bird than. It's nothing cute and fluffy. It's something cool.
Like a raptor? Like a peregrine falcon or something?
I think it's a peregrine falcon that was about to hunt and kill this mouse. But it kind of, instead it heard what you were offering, and it sort of dives down and lands on your shoulder and just kind of, I accept.
Awesome. What was your name?
They're animals.
And squeaks. I love it. Willow's gonna love to meet you guys. I think you guys are gonna love Willow too. And I think we go back to the house, and I don't know if Willow's awake or not, but I think he will wake up Willow.
Yeah, he's asleep against the cushions of Mimi. Before you wake him up, though, I think you'd let Anaya try, just because why?
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, why give him hope and then ruin it? But it doesn't work, and she's like, fuck, worth a shot.
Worth a shot for sure. And I'm like, of course, letting Mimi know that I'm coming and approaching. Yeah. But I'm going over to Willow, and I'm just kind of like shaking his shoulder, and I'm just like, hey, little buddy, little guy.
What?
Hey, so I met these two guys earlier.
He kind of gets
They're-
worried, like something might be wrong, because why would you wake him up, you know?
No, so I met these like really cool guys earlier. This guy, his name's Ka, and I'll like take Ka down, and I'm like, oh, and this is Squeaks. These guys are gonna be like really good friends. And I think they're gonna be your friends, and I like hand them both to him.
He grabs them and he's just... Were they people?
No, what? No, not Aurelio.
Okay. He puts Squeaks on his shoulder and Caw on the other one and casts Speak with Animals real quick. And then he's just, you guys want to stay? And then Squeaks is like, yes, if there's cheese, please give me cheese. I'll stay forever for cheese. Okay, I think we can get cheese. And then he looks up at Caw, and Caw's just like, I was going to eat the mouse, but then this offer came to me, and I decided it is an acceptable offer. We can't eat the mouse. Of course, I will eat other mice instead. We'll try to feed you so you don't have to. Fine. I accept this as well. Okay. Where did you find them? He looks up at you.
So me and Anaya have like gone to a lot of cities in the past, and like there's some really bad cities out there that like to harm animals, and like I don't know, like you mentioned you're a unicorn, and we are kind of in the business of rescuing and helping animals in need. I know you met my friends briefly earlier, but DW, Pantera, and Bertha, they were all really not in great places, and we were able to help them out. And I just want you to know I want to help you out, buddy.
Thanks. I don't know. I felt... I didn't know I felt so disconnected from nature. So you guys did your spell. So it feels good to have it back, I guess.
Oh, look at these. I like pull off like two of the flowers that were growing on me earlier, and I'm like, you can have these so you can feel a little bit more connected to nature, dude.
Thanks. He grabs them and smells them. He doesn't put them in his hair like Anaya, but he holds them, and maybe I can plant them in the back.
Yeah, they got a pretty cool garden out there.
Not roses. You think they'd be mad about that?
I won't tell them if you won't.
He smiles at that. Okay.
We should do it now, though, before anybody notices, and we like go outside.
Yeah. So he goes out and plants them. And I do believe he had plant growth of some sort that Aurelio taught him.
If he doesn't, I would try to teach it to him now.
Yeah, let me double check. Load. Load. There we go. Oh, grow. Nope. All right. What level is plant growth at?
3, I believe.
Oh yeah.
My sheet is taking its sweet time loading now, too.
Actually, roll 20 in general is just taking forever. I'm trying to load the spell itself out of the compendium. Oh, it gave me a retry.
I'm gonna find it in the book faster.
Alright, well, roll 20 is gonna be Scoo for now, so...
Plant growth, level 3 transmutation.
Cool. Then, yeah, you can definitely teach him. Actually, I think that's a nice sad moment where Aurelio was going to teach him, but with everything that happened, he never had the time yet. And as he puts them in the ground, there's like a sadness that comes over him, and I feel like that's a good bonding moment with you and Willow, where you show him how, and he's just like, thanks.
Yeah, so there's 2 ways that you can go about this, buddy. So you can do this like just in one moment, and if you do, it's gonna affect like everything in like this 100-foot radius around us, and they become like really big and they overgrow just a little bit. But if you spend a whole 8 hours doing it, it lasts for 365 days, and then they yield twice as much the normal amount of food when they harvest it. So if you've got a little bit of extra time and you're just hanging out in the forest, that might be something that you could do.
I don't think I can do that for these, but...
No, like, we gotta go get to sleep, buddy. We got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Just the sadness comes over him again.
You want to talk about it, buddy, or do you want to maybe sit out here in the garden and quiet for a minute?
He shrugs. Not much to say. Everyone dies.
Yeah. Though sometimes people have the chance of being brought back. I don't think that's the case with him, unfortunately. At least not right now. But my wife died a couple times, and I was able to bring her back. Unfortunately, my mom died when I was really little, and I wasn't able to bring her back. I wish I was more powerful and able to do that then, but I wasn't able to. But maybe we can help you do that.
I never am strong enough to help. I try. But I can't.
You're just a kid.
Not supposed to be strong yet. Naya plops down next to him on the other side. I mean, that's kind of the point of being a kid. All of us adults have to do it instead. But all the adults die.
Sometimes. Like you said, everything dies. But if we work hard, we can bring it back, and we can, you know... Have you ever seen, like, a forest fire?
I mean, I know about them, but I haven't seen one.
Yeah, well, sometimes forest fires happen and they burn, like, everything out, but that allows everything to grow back even stronger the next year. So sometimes you gotta go through that pain, sometimes you got to lose some things, but it's all about the regrowth afterwards and the growth that you get from it.
I guess that makes sense, but why did it have to be my mom and my herd and Aurelio?
Because it sounds like there's some bad people or bad things that are after you. And sometimes when you've got powerful enemies, they take away the things that you love. And sometimes you need to find people to help you fight against those bad things that are in your life.
And, well, we do that. I mean, Mato's really good at all this nature stuff. He can teach you how to do more. And then you'll be strong, and then you can help fight with all the bad stuff, too.
And Anaya's really good at, like, healing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm pretty good at keeping people alive.
Yeah, if you need any help, like, bettering your skills with keeping people alive, maybe she can help you with that.
Looks at Anaya and he's just You a druid too? Nope, I'm just good at keeping people alive. I have superpowers. But, I mean, I'll try to help, but it can't hurt to try, right? I'll teach you some stuff. Sure. Thanks. Sure, of course.
Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. What do you think? Should we head back inside? Maybe it's time we get some sleep.
Okay. And he gets up and starts heading in with you guys, and he probably just goes back to the Mimi fort. You know, asks Mimi if he can go inside, and Mimi opens up to be this, like, pillow fort cave. And he crawls in and curls up and goes to sleep in the Mimi fort. I think Anaya, though, was like, can we sleep in there? That looks so comfy.
I don't know. I mean, we might be with a group for a little while. Do you want to maybe get some alone time before?
Oh, fuck yeah, let's do that. She goes with you, and you guys find, probably just open doors, finding any room.
We opened, Altus's and Darrell's room. Maybe later.
I cannot describe what we are doing. Yeah,
maybe later. Eventually find an empty room, and lots of fucking happening tonight, so...
Very loud night before the funeral.
Quick check-in. I know there was a chance of needing to end soon. Are we good, Canyon?
I can probably keep going for about another half hour or so.
Okay. In that case, although it might be a good spot to end to have the funeral with Trevor here.
Oh. No, we gotta get this funeral over with so we can stop having depressed sessions. I mean, this is pretty light, but no, it makes sense to wait for Trevor.
Yeah, I just feel like it. I mean, he might want to say something, and I don't want to take that away from him. So I think, yeah, everyone going to bed is a good time to wrap up here. So sorry, but
No worries.
All good.
Abyssria will totally be fine now and leave you all alone.
That's how the campaign is going to end, is we're killing that bitch, so...
Yeah.
And then Aurelio's going to take her spot as the Chaos God.
No.
Exactly.
Oh, God.